today we are doing a favorites video. If you are like me, the weather where you're at is crummy. Lots of rain, no sunshine, gray, monotonous, every single day looks the same. And I don't know if I have been just feeling that seasonal depression or if it is just like the regular original version. That's what my mental state has been. It's mental illness in it. So I thought it would be fun to talk about things that we love, talk about things that I really like. I thought the favorites video was a perfect thing to do. I have so many things that I am like very excited to talk about. Put most of them in this little basket, which is so cute. This was actually given to me from someone who watches my content. I sold them something before I moved. When they came to like pick it up, they brought a little housewarming gift in this, which was like so sweet. So Sarah, if you're watching, thank you. I use it all the time. I've broken this all up into different categories, but I think we should start with fashion because I would like to take this off, but it is a favorite. This is a little cashmere gray cardigan I got from Quince. I got this from my in-laws for Christmas and I just love it. I've been loving wearing cardigans buttoned all the way up or just a couple buttons open and a t-shirt underneath. A couple of my cashmere sweaters that I've had for years and years, when we moved, they got some like what are they called? Moth holes. Use the moth balls to get rid of the moth hole, to prevent the moth holes. Moth nibble holes in there. And I don't want to talk about it or think about it too long because it does ick me out and really gross me out. I don't like bugs that fly. So I wanted some new cashmere. I've heard great things about Quince. I really like this and I want to buy more. I've been wearing this nonstop. Your girl is struggling. So next up in fashion favorites is another thing that I am currently wearing. These little earrings from Catbird. Mott's actually got these for me for Valentine's Day this year and I just think they're so cute. I was a little nervous about them. They're not a full hoop. And he wanted to get me some little dainty hoops that I could wear every day to basically replace some that I have lost. I had this really gorgeous, cute little, I think they were Majuri pair of little diamond hoops. I lost one somewhere in this house, cannot find it. It's tiny. Granted, I also never wear my glasses, so I can't see pretty much anything. And because I have doubles on each ear, I had another like plain gold hoop set and I lost another one of those. So he picked these out and I love them. The nerves came from the fact that they're not totally enclosed as a circle, like a full loop. They have like a post back, and what I was really concerned about is the potential to snag on things. And that might seem like okay, whatever, but I used to be someone who wore a ton of rings. Now I only wear my engagement ring, also because it is on my left hand, and I also used to be someone who had 2 cartilage piercings. So if you've been here for a while and you're familiar, I had an accident a couple of years ago where one of the rings on my right hand finger got caught on my second cartilage piercing right underneath there and partially ripped it. It was a whole ordeal. Ended up having a little seizure type thing. Ended up being a vasovagal synosco. What is a brain doctor called? Google's brain doctor. Neurologist. Probably still need one. I've been wearing these for a couple days. I've been very gentle. I've been very deliberate and intentional, which is hard for me. And so far, so good, knock on wood. I have been wearing this so much. It is this green vest that I got from Target. I hope they still have it available. I mean, I'm gonna link everything that I can. This color is just so cute. I love it. I wear it so often. It's just such a nice, comfy, easy piece. I like myself in color. So having like a piece of outerwear that totally amps up an outfit, I just think is really fun. And it kind of forces me to clash in a way that then makes me do it a little more intentionally. You have to put a little more thought into it, which is fun when you're someone who has really been wearing sweatpants consecutively for 4 years. Now my last fashion favorite, I have worn pretty much every single day since I got them. And it took me way too long to get them. The Birkenstock Bostons. I have been a Birks girl. I mean, truthfully, since before I could talk, before I was picking out my own shoes, I literally still have a pair of Birkenstocks from high school and they have like blue paint on the bottom because I wore them when we were painting a set for a high school play. They last forever. I have just been wearing the Birkenstock sandals with socks when it got cold out. So after like 2 years of wearing them with socks, I finally was like, okay, it is time to get the clogs. Actually, Moss bought these for me too because he kept wearing my Birkenstock sandals and not telling me, and then I would put them on afterwards and I would be like, dude, these are getting so big. And finally he's like, yeah, I've been wearing them and stretching them out. He bought me this pair to make up for it and I love them. They're so comfy and honestly, I think they're kind of cute. Now on to hair. Side note, I was gonna be filming this with like freshly done salon, highlighted, cut, layered, beautiful hair. Supposed to have a hair appointment yesterday, but we have been on flash flood warning, so that could not happen. So hopefully this incredibly grown out hair is not deterring you from believing me when I say what I love so much about these next hair products. My first hair care favorite is the 𝘠𝚢𝐶 Hard Water Wellness Hair Remedy. It's like a little over a month ago, I had just blown out my hair. I was feeling like it was looking so cute, and I was taking some selfies outside in natural light. And when I was looking back at them, I was like, my hair looks so dark and so ashy, and it's kind of like all of my highlights have disappeared. And we have like a hard water filter in our shower, but in that moment I realized, oh dang, we've not changed that in I couldn't even tell you how long, and I know that they have a lifespan of like 3 months and you're supposed to change the filter. So I ordered a new filter, and then in order to get the buildup out, everybody talks about the 𝘠𝚢𝐶 Hard Water line. So I bought the shampoo and conditioner. Oh, just pretend that's here, because I didn't take it out of the shower because was wet. If I'm not mistaken, you do this after you shampoo, but you sprinkle it into your hand. It looks kind of like salt crystals, and you use a little bit of water to mix it up and have it become a paste. Really just work that into all of your hair, and it kind of starts to like foam and froth up. I have used probably in like 3 back-to-back showers to get all of the buildup out of my hair. The color now is definitely like lighter and brighter than initial one. So if you have hard water, I obviously recommend a filter, but in order to get that stuff out, this has been so handy. Also easier to style, easier to manage, so much silkier and smoother. It felt like no matter what hydrating products I would put in my hair, it was just like resisting it and just felt like straw. And now it feels not like straw. It is so long. Can you see? Oh, that's crazy, right? My next 2 hair favorites are both from 𝘬, and I have loved their stuff for so long, but they recently just became a sponsor of my podcast, which is incredibly exciting. And so these were 2 of the things that they had sent that I hadn't tried before. If I'm not mistaken, I do think we have a code for 𝘬 for the podcast, so I will include that if we do. First is their detox shampoo. This is so good. It's a clarifying shampoo that it's not stripping. It really gets your hair clean, like clean, but it doesn't feel squeaky afterwards. You know, in some clarifying shampoos, you're like, I can only use this every month, every other month, because it really feels like it strips your hair, that you have to like then overcompensate by putting all of these oils and all these hydrating products in it afterwards. Then it just kind of feels like, okay, then we're weighing it down again. This is something that I can use honestly like once a week, and sometimes I'm only washing my hair once a week. Quite often I'm only washing my hair once a week. My hair feels great, it feels clean, it looks so good. I get so much body afterwards, and it smells, oh, it smells so amazing. I think how I described it on the podcast was that it smells like getting your hair done at a salon without the neck pain. This is the 𝘬 hair gloss, and this is amazing. I honestly didn't have much of an idea of what like an at-home hair gloss was. I don't even know what my expectations were, but it blew it out of the water. After you shampoo, you apply this like mid-lengths to ends, and you really let it soak in for at least like, I usually do 10 minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes. You rinse it out. I don't need conditioner. Yes, me with my dry, damaged, bleached hair, don't need conditioner. When I tell you what my hair looked like after this, and it lasts like multiple washes. Shiny, glossy, blonde hair, shiny. This fried mess, shiny. It looks so good. It gives so much body, and also it has heat protection in it. So if you're someone who likes to blow out your hair, I tend to wear my hair more like wavy natural in the warm months. But when it's cold out, I'm like, I do not want this wet mop on my head. I will use my Dyson Airwrap and really blow it out. So yes, it has heat protection in it, but it's also not something that you have to then use heat to like activate it or anything like that. You don't have to do that. Melissa uses it in a totally different way. So if you listen to the podcast, you've probably heard, but she uses this like on her natural hair after she's twisted it out. It's just so multi-purpose and so good. I don't know why I said multi-purpose like that. Probably should have like taken the hair out of this before showing you. Oh my god. Flying. La 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 la. Raise your voice, anybody? My new hairbrush. I have been using the crustiest, dustiest, ickiest, yuckiest hairbrush for so long. It served me well, but the bristles were falling out. And you know when you get that like buildup on the little like bristles and all of that, especially when they've got bobbles at the end, and I felt like it was making my hair oilier every time I would brush it. I used to pick those off with tweezers, and then I found out that's like dead skin, and I was icked out. Didn't stop picking it though. But this one doesn't have any of the bobbles at the end, and it's just so easy to use with my hair wet or dry. Cute, tiny, and I love it. This is your sign to get a new hairbrush. Ugh. Oh, Yeah, I didn't really think that through when I just like pulled out all that hair and left it in here. Pretty much every skincare item that I've talked about in my last couple favorites video is still a favorite, and I didn't want to repeat any of them. I will like list those again down below, or I'll just link those other favorites videos. So just know that I'm still using them. I know sometimes with favorite videos, it can feel like, wow, you just totally like pivot onto something else. How can they actually be your favorites? This is just like adding to the routine of like doing this one night and then swapping with something else from a different video that I've talked about for a different night. The favorites have been consistent. This is a face and body cream from Pre. I specifically have used this on my body, but this is just such a nourishing, hydrating, and rich moisturizer. You know, I've got my KP and I've got like my salicylic acid moisturizers and my treatments for that. I don't want to use that every single day, so I kind of switch this up in between or on the spots of my body that don't have KP and they really want to be moisturized. It just drinks it right up. It soaks into your skin and your skin just looks so plump and hydrated. And this is called their Barrier Therapy Skin Protecting Cream, clinically tested 24-hour moisturizer for face and body. Temporary alleviates itchiness and minor irritation due to dry skin and eczema. It's just really good. They also make a hypochloric acid spray similar to the one from Tower 28. So if you can't get your hands on that one, this one is also really great. And I love the sprayer of this one. It's like very much mist. This next product is one of those skincare products that's got a price tag that you simultaneously hope does not work because you're like, that's expensive. I don't want to love something that's that expensive. But at the same time, you're like, well, if it's that expensive, it should really work. It should be very good. And it is that good. This is the Lancome Regenery HCF Triple Serum. It's unfortunately fantastic. It makes my skin so hydrated, so plump, glowy, and dewy to the look, and also dewy to the touch. And sometimes like really nice hydrating serums don't wear nicely under makeup. And the first day that I didn't wear this, I went to go put my makeup on. It did not look good. It was not laying well, and I took it all off and put it back on. Unfortunately, I love it so much. And the packaging is very chic. And last up is the Good Molecules Silicone-Free Priming Moisturizer. This is just such a good moisturizer, and the priming part finally clicked in my head when I used this, and then I put my sunscreen on, and then I did my makeup one day, and my makeup has never looked better. This is like an everyday moisturizer that's not makeup, but makeup looks so good on top of it. You know, they always talk about like the secret to like beautiful makeup is like a good base, and a lot of the time it's just a guessing game. Specifically, moisturizers and sunscreens can really mess it all up, and when you find a combo that works perfectly, you're stoked. So my camera is dying and the sun is steadily going down, so I'm gonna pick this back up maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. See, this is why I typically don't do a slicked back middle part, because that hairline. I debated wearing the same outfit to try and keep some continuity. I told you it was gonna be the next day. It is the next day. We're not fooling anybody. Onto the makeup. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick in the shade Fawn, but it blends so nicely. It's super, super easy to use, and it's not finicky. I don't know, it's like a natural shadow. It's not anything very, very dramatic when I apply it. It is so easy to blend out. It's really quick. I sometimes will just use this instead of bronzer, and I love the stick formula. I've been using the same Anastasia Cream Contour Kit, which they don't even make anymore, but I'm still using it. That's how old it is. And I would just use it with a brush. And that's just, you have to be a little more technically precise. And this in a little stick, swipe, swipe, swipe. So easy. Don't have to clean any brushes for it. And I just really love how blendable it is. Blendable and buildable. So I would say this is definitely lacking in the shade range. If you're looking for a light contour color, this one's fantastic. Next is the blush duo that I'm currently wearing on my face right now. The Rare Beauty blush in Hope. This is their liquid blush. Everyone talks about these. This one is a mini one, and I've had this for like going on like 2 years now. It lasts forever. I don't know if I'm ever even gonna be able to finish my full size one. I guess I should take my glasses off so you can see, but that does mean that I cannot see. We're going back to the basics. I don't know when MAC just became like, ugh, whatever. MAC is like still incredibly good and tried and true classics, staples. My MAC blush palette, which I honestly forgot I had. I know, disgusting, disgusting, ashamed, yuck. Yuck. This is the shade that I've been wearing on top of it. This is the shade Peaches, and I love it. Compared to a lot of other high-end makeup, MAC has not raised their prices the same way some of these other brands have, and I appreciate them for it. Maybe it's time for me to get like an All That Glitters eyeshadow. Ugh, TBT. The theme of this really has been shopping my stash and all of the makeup that I already have. And this highlight palette from Flower Beauty is crazy. Like Drew Barrymore. Whoa, settle down. I love the color range of like a very true kind of champagne-y color, a pink, and a true gold. I've been wearing like the pink one on my face just to kind of give a highlight blush mix. I want everything to seamlessly go together. This one on the nose. It's so good. Just a little pencil brush right on the little tip of the nose, a little line right there, hopefully straight, softer than 𝘙𝗶𝗏𝗏𝗔. I've gotten compliments on Zoom about this highlight. People being like, via the camera, wow, your highlight looks great, what is that? And so affordable. I wasn't kidding when I said I was shopping my stash. The Urban Decay Naked palettes, 3 and the Heat palette. The 3 palette, the perfect pinky warm. So it's not a warm, which I would say the Heat palette is. I'm trying not to like blind you in the reflections. Them together has been absolutely everything to me. Now tell me they shouldn't be making that. I'm in a space cowboy phase. I've said it before, I'll say it again. You need it. Truthfully, everybody needs it. There is no eyeshadow on the market that is doing glitter like these. And they are so finely milled. They apply so easily. I apply them with my finger. You can also use a brush. And they're just gorgeous in the way that they catch the light. Desperately still begging for them to bring back my favorite shade, Starlight, if I'm not mistaken. But I did see that they have like a warmy peachy pink color that's like permanent. You need to buy that to see if it is like a dupe. But adding into that, a glitter shadow from ColourPop. I would compare this one to the Urban Decay one that's also kind of a white shade. This one, I will say, is a little more, there's a little more of a base color. What I will do with this one is right in the center, all the way up almost to my brow bone. When my eyes are open, you can still see glitter just like right above where my pupils are. The other part that I've been loving is adding it right in the center, just a little bit down. I don't know, it just really livens up your face and it just looks so pretty. I've been inspired by a lot of like Korean style makeup and I think it makes my eyes look a little bit bigger, more pronounced. This is the lip combo I'm wearing right now and it has been the lip combo pretty much I've been wearing for the last 2 months. Starts with another kind of like tippy trick, the lip liner. This one is Tower 28 Work of Art, Boldly Bare by MAC, and then a little bit of Pearl by MAC. Overline just the center, just like my Cupid's bow, and right underneath, blend it out, set it with powder, and then I finish it off with a tinted lip balm. This one is Dragon Fruit from Salt Air. It's a really pretty kind of cool toned pink, and then also Tower 28. These ones just dropped. I love everything Tower 28 does. These are the 2 shades I've been gravitating to the most, Watermelon, Kiwi, and Dulce de Leche. They also smell phenomenal. The Watermelon Kiwi transports me back with like a Smackers, just wanting to like gnaw off and eat your own lips because they smell so good. I think all of the Salt Air ones have the same smell. Yeah, these ones are all very vanilla-y. These ones really remind me of the Summer Fridays lip treatment. Super nice. These ones, a little bit different. I would say this formula is thicker and this one is a little bit thinner. I don't think that it has any real difference in how hydrating it is to your lips. It's more about like what's comfortable on your lips. My last makeup favorite is also a lip product. And this is something I have been recommended from so many people. Even though people had recommended it to me, it was so good. I was still like, you didn't prepare me enough. It's kind of like when you have someone in your life who hasn't seen Interstellar and you're like, you have to see this movie. Your life will never be the same. Like your life will be defined by this moment. Moving forward, you will not go a day without thinking about Interstellar. It will consume so many of your thoughts, so much of your time, and you'll be a different person. And then you show them Interstellar and they're like, you didn't prepare me for this. And it's like, what else am I supposed to say? So I guess what I'm trying to say is that Lanolips is the Interstellar of lip balm. This is the Lanolips Multi-Purpose Super Balm, and this is otherworldly. 5th dimension, 6th dimension. How many dimensions are there? Bradley Cooper, you would love it. I've been an Aquaphor stan since I went on Accutane, and I really thought that there was nothing better or more hydrating or better for your lips than Aquaphor until I tried this. I've never used a lip balm where my lips were so dry and cracked and just like, you know the flakes where you like can't peel them off because you will bleed? I've never in my life been able to put a lip balm on one time with those lips and like 12 hours later, probably 6 hours later, have it be like that never happened. I was a little worried because it's like a squeeze tube and I do not like applying lip balm when I'm like out and about and I'm out in public. I don't like touching things and touching, that really icks me out. And I remember putting this on and then going out, running errands, wearing a mask, taking the mask off, getting back in the car, doing the mask on, mask off, and then finally realizing after a full day, I never needed to reapply my lip balm. My lips were still hydrated. It gives you such a beautiful glossy sheen to your lips and it lasts and it stays and it works. My last like beauty adjacent favorite is a fragrance. This is from Fleur and it is their perfume, or it's a hair and body fragrance mist in Vanilla Skin. And I really like this. There's something, I don't know, I love a vanilla scent, but I don't like Aqualina Pink Sugar. Like I'm not trying to smell like a cupcake like 99% of the time. If I am, I'm gonna layer it with something else. To me, this is the definition of like a warm vanilla scent that has a little bit of like the deeper, darker aspects to it too. That's a little bit more mature. It's like wearing more of like a musky kind of perfume with a very vanilla-y body butter. It's just such an easy, cozy scent and I really like it. So now for my random favorites, which is arguably one of my favorite things to talk about in these videos. Did saying random prepare you for me to bring out a bucket of salt? Also, when I was gathering everything for this video, I did end up spilling 2 tablespoons worth of this on the floor of my office. People are very particular about the pronunciation of this and I don't want to get dragged. I want to say it's Maldon or Maldon, but I think it's Maldon. They are big, chunky sea salt flakes. Bon Appetit, this is what they use. All of those like fancy little chefy people, this is what they use. It is perfect finishing salt. I don't cook with this salt. I don't put this into things, but you sprinkle it on the top of a pasta, cookies. This is the salt that I put out at the table with our meals. It elevates everything. It just brings me joy. Mats and I have been on a movie kick, not just like watching movies at home, but specifically going to the movie theater. We have been seeing everything and anything. We really strategically plan. We don't go to things opening weekend, except one that I will mention. And we're picking theaters that maybe are a little bit farther away. So there is nobody near us, nobody next to us. We've got our masks on. And I've got to talk to you about some movies. These aren't all the movies we've seen in the last like month or so. These are just my personal favorites. Beekeeper, Argyle, and I'm gonna say it, Madam Web. I don't love any good movies more than I love a good bad movie. And specifically a good bad movie where the script is ridiculous, that I can picture myself saying everything in unison with the rest of the audience for years to come. Like a Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of experience. It was phenomenal. Dakota Johnson is my favorite Nepo baby. I think that she can make horrible dialogue and she can make any bad movie seem seems better. Now the movie itself is absolutely ridiculous. I was in hysterics by the end of it. It is so funny and it is so bad and I loved it so much. I wouldn't have liked it anymore if it was good. I recommend everybody see it. I would love if we could get a sequel where she's like a brothel owner, because that is what it looks like. Another movie that was getting horrible reviews that I also enjoyed, Argyle. I loved it. I loved it. You want to throw me a movie with so much CGI that it's overkill and so many plot points and it's just too much? Yes. I do think that the marketing of it was done very poorly because Dua Lipa's not in the movie. It's like saying Lindsay Lohan is the star of The Holiday. And you're like, she's not in that movie. Oh no, she's in the trailer that Cameron Diaz's team is editing. That's what I'm saying. It's and the cat is also not that much in the movie because I don't like cats. Beekeeper, starring love of my life, Josh Hutcherson. Mats walked out of that movie and he was like, Josh is amazing. And I was like, I know. We love bad action movies. So ridiculous, so over the top. Josh Hutcherson with frosted tips, say less. Do you think that the woman from the Cut financial article saw Beekeeper? Because here's the thing. Do I feel bad for people who are scammed a Beekeeper? Yeah. Do I feel bad for that lady? No. $50,000 in a shoebox? No. Then a movie that came out a while ago, but we just watched it on streaming, Dungeons and Dragons. We saw the trailer and I was like, low-key, kind of right up my alley. I would say it's like the Marvel meets Ella Enchanted. Kind of really fun. Do I know anything about Dungeons and Dragons? No. Do I wonder if people who are fans of Dungeons and Dragons, like they wouldn't like it? I have no idea. But just know that if you're not a Dungeons and Dragons girly pop, still watch the movie because like it's fun. And now I'm like, do I become a gamer? No, because we'll get into it. I'm already a gamer. Because we've been in such a movie phase, I don't have as many TV shows. Abbot Elementary's back. We've been loving it. Jalen Hurts, drooling. Also, strike glow up that he's had. Am I now kind of rooting for Janine to get back with her deadbeat ex? Yes, because hot Dominicans deserve love too. I also got Mats into Lie to Me, which we've been rewatching. I love me some 𝘏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and it's such a quick and easy show to watch if you've never seen it before. And after what seems like everybody was talking about it, I became a bandwagon fan and we started watching The Traitors, the American version. And I know I'm usually like an elitist when it comes to like adaptations of television. I don't watch Love Island USA. I only watch UK Love Island. It's so funny and it's also so entertaining. I don't know, but it is absolutely crazy to watch Pilot Pete, as in Peter from The Bachelor, be diabolical. And Pete being so methodical and like crazy. I'm actually very okay with it because I think that that level of like egomania, I'm fine with my pilots having that thought. Like, I want my pilots and my surgeons, I want those people to be like, I'm untouchable. I'm the best. I'm so much better than you. And I'm like, yeah, you're better than me because like I wouldn't trust myself to fly a plane. Plus it's hosted by Floop, no Fugalies, but Floop of the Fugalies. I have no idea, it was Scottish. And finally, what honestly might be the most important favorite of this video, Monopoly Go. Monopoly Go has consumed my entire life. I'm on the subreddit, I'm trading stickers. I joined a bunch of Facebook groups and I was like, I'm in too deep. These are scam. I don't want that. It's stressful. I'm addicted. As of recording, I think I have 7 stickers left to go before completing my album. It is so addicting. It is so fun. And Melissa got me into it. Then I got Mats into it. And then we started talking about it on the podcast and we got so many of our podcast audience into it. And so we all then play together via our Patreon. We will talk about it on our live streams. We'll trade stickers, but we also have a Facebook group where we all message each other and trade stickers and like help people out and do all of that kind of stuff. So if you want to play with us, head on over to our Patreon. It is so fun. And your girl traded for Spot Rebel today. I'm untouchable. That is it for my favorites. I hope y'all enjoyed. I had so much fun filming this and recording this. I think the mindset shift of being kind of in a funk and talking about things you really like, it works. Tricking that brain. I would love to know what things have been bringing you joy, tangible or not. Leave them in the comments. And yeah, if you're ever feeling like you're in a funk, always Google what's going on with astrology and then look at today, look at the week, look at the month, and then blame it on that. Bye.